the name Barack Hussein Obama isn't necessarily tied to the theory of keeping one's promises. One that comes to mind is everyone will be able to keep their own personal physician. How's that working out for us, Tanchi?
Well, you know, we heard that story in our state too, and back a couple years ago when Senate Bill 38 and 43 passed, bringing Obamacare essentially into our state.
Yes,
Gordon.
into the conservative state of South Dakota.
Yes. I was at a luncheon where the Division of Insurance Director, Merle Schreiber, gave us a little speech, a rundown on those two bills, and he told us, I will never forget it, that 90% of these bills are great stuff. But the other 10% that's not so good, well, we'll just have to tweak that out of there over the next couple of sessions, the next couple of years. Well, this year we had a bill. It was House Bill 1142.
Tanchi, would it be fair to say that the two Senate bills you referred to, which were governor-sponsored bills, laid the foundation for Obamacare in South Dakota?
Oh, absolutely. It came right out of there.
And bills like that across this nation are doing the same things. All the while, these conservative legislators and governors are saying, oh, we don't support Obamacare. But through the back door, they're introducing legislation that laid the foundation, and now...
I think it has been called do-guard care, and I guess for a
or
reason...
Or don't care.
Well, this bill, 1142, seems like a good tweak. This is our tweak of the fact that you couldn't necessarily keep your doctor if he suddenly was out of network. This bill would have allowed a doctor, if you and I are a patient and a doctor, and I want to keep you, but you're out of,
okay?
Sure, of course, you're wearing the tie. If you're out of network, but you agree to do whatever service I require for the in-network price, then this law would have allowed you to remain my doctor.
So just to be clear, this bill that was introduced in South Dakota would have allowed a patient to keep their own personal physician.
Right. And it was supported very articulately by a local doctor, Dr. Eckrich, who is an orthopedic surgeon. There was support from an independent insurance company and representatives, even some doctors from, I believe, Avera, one of the big medical networks. The ophthalmologists, the oral surgeons, there was broad support for it.
But like some patients, this bill died in the recovery room, didn't it?
Well, pretty much, yes. It got a long ways. It got through the House in pretty good shape, and it got through the Senate committee.
Who opposed it?
Even though, oh, well, we had several that did, but I think probably the most damning testimony was given on the Senate floor by Senator Rampelberg. He classified it as Godzilla versus Tyrannosaurus Rex. In other words, the profit-driven proponents of this bill were equally evil to the big medical concerns, Sanford, Avera, Wellmark, you know, the big insurance companies.
They're the big ones in this state.
And the Division of Insurance.
Oh, you mean under the direction of the governor?
Well, yes, you could say that.
Well,
the governors,
yes.
The governors.
Do we think for a minute that they would not follow the governor's marching orders, that they would dare to disagree with him?
Well, no, they wouldn't disagree with him. And it was an eye-opener for some people on the proponent side, because they see this as a good thing for the patients. And the consumers of the medical services would benefit from this. And yet, the Division of Insurance, who they thought was an advocate for the consumer, was taking the opposite side. So here you have it. This is the way things go. Our record at tweaking is not so good.
No, and our record of politicians, from the governor's office to a state senator in South Dakota, are typical of mainstream, left-leaning, Obamacare supporting Republicans who would kill the bill that Obama promised would allow us to keep our own physicians.
And they don't even have the excuse of it being a cost driver. There was a very good independent study that was done proving that states that have this arrangement have not seen an increase in medical costs.
Well, you can draw your own conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. We've drawn ours.